Okay, everyone, welcome to our call. And I want to start the call by recognizing all of the current and future leaders of the Infinity 100 team. So I want to call out a bunch of people who are on the call today. Bud from Virginia, Gabriel from Virginia, Bukasa from DC, Rick from Georgia, Lynn from Florida, all very strong current leaders who are going to help all of you who are guests on the call to be successful. In addition, I want to recognize many of the newer members who are future leaders on our team. Grace from Nevada, Chris from Montana, Richard from Virginia, Jeff from Texas, Sean from Pennsylvania, Jeff from California, Chuck from Maryland, Susie from Michigan, Richard from Virginia. My apologies to anyone who I've forgotten, but all of you are here today, and I appreciate that very much. For all of you who are guests on the call, very clear here. Please contact the person who directed you to this call for answers to questions and for more information when the call is completed. Please, in the future, invite yourself and invite your guests to our live calls, which take place every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. and every Saturday at 11 a.m. and both of those times are Eastern. The call coordinates you can see right here, but you can get them from any of the leaders via email, and we'll be happy to share those with you. Now, without further ado, a very important announcement and disclaimer, if you will, at the beginning. Those of you who are here just to find a job, and you're going to hear me talk a lot about jobs on this call, you would be well advised to remain until the end of the call, because if you're looking for a job, I'm going to show you why this is much better than a job. Remember that compared to jobs you've had in your life, this one could be considered a dream. Here you get to set your own hours, dial as few or as many numbers as you wish, calling actual leads from the comfort of home, and every sale is worth a potential $1,200 per year at the rate of $100 a month, directly paid to you daily and billed from your own merchant account. It's like a dream. But you know, I had 20 jobs when I was a young adult in which I had to make some kind of a small investment in myself to get started. An insurance or real estate license, which was all on me, and those were expensive when I was a kid. A sales kit in the home improvement business that had demonstration materials in it that I had to use, which I could return at the end of my employment. A processing fee to get my paperwork in order and put me in the system. Here, what drives our engine is the measly sum of $100. Along with that comes an opportunity for financial security in a few short months. And hopefully you will see why this makes much more sense than slaving to make other people rich. So a healthy dose of skepticism as you listen, combined with an open mind, goes a long way on this call as well as in your life. Now, if you haven't already, you can see my profile on LinkedIn just by typing my name at Google. I say that so you can see that I'm a real person, that I'm being straightforward. For the last 2 years, I've represented an employment consulting firm out of Rhode Island that works with high-paid senior-level executives to help them find new employment. Previous to that, I worked for 20 years in the insurance industry, specializing in annuity sales, and I've had a 35-plus year sales career. Now, this last position I told you about with the employment consulting firm, it's that one that I've had that gave me a look into the true state of financial affairs in America, and the only word that comes to mind is terrifying. Why do I say that? Because over the last 15 years, I transitioned from working with senior retirees from the previous generation, people who had the security of long-term stable employment, substantial savings plans, and most importantly, pensions, to now working with people who typically make $200,000 a year and have been at that level for 5 years or more. Now, what's the difference between the two groups? It's pretty easy to summarize. The first group had a measure of financial security, while the newer group, more often than not, is broke. Now, I wish I were kidding, so imagine that you made $1 million over the last 5 years. It's like a dream, right? And you would think this $1 million would make you completely secure. But no, because you, like these people, would probably do what we as Americans have learned to do well. We spend everything we make. So these $200,000 earners have the fast cars, the big houses, but the big houses come with the huge mortgages. Their kids are in the best schools and all appears hunky-dory. But then they lose their jobs and all hell immediately breaks loose. Why? It's so simple to answer that. First, they have no savings. And second, they have no ongoing source of income. So when I ask them to invest $10,000 in a comprehensive program to help them seek a new job that's worthy of their talents, they're in shock. $10,000, they say? That's completely beyond my budget. So imagine, again, $1,000,000 in 5 years, and they can't scrape together $10,000. So you're asking right now, what is the point of this story? Well, here it is. America's broke. The vast majority of Americans have no financial security whatsoever, and as soon as the paychecks stop, there is immediate trouble. But what's everyone's solution? Well, just find another job, which some of you know is an acronym for just over broke. Until that job runs its course because the company downsizes or has financial problems. Then it's another period of panic until we find the next job to be just over broke. For me, I made a recent decision, which is that there's only one solution to this crisis for myself, just like there's only one solution for all of you. And that is, and we're going to repeat this a lot, an ongoing, repeating residual income. Now, what does that mean? It means that part of your future financial plan, which you needed to put in place like yesterday, is to get paid over and over again for something that you do one time. Just like the electric company, the gas company, the cable company, they sell you their service one time, and then you pay them over and over and over and over again. You need to create this in your life. Otherwise, I can pretty much promise you, you will always be just over broke. And there are very, very few jobs out there, or JOBs I should say, that offer this feature. Most sales jobs, let's face it, you're an underpaid and underappreciated cog in the wheel. And after every sale, as I like to say, you're unemployed until the next sale comes along. Now, I've spent years and years and years looking for a solution to this never-ending cycle. And the bottom line is I think I've found it. In fact, I know I've found it. And why do I believe that? Well, here are just some of the reasons. First of all, the parent company, which is called Multiplex Systems, has been in business for over 13 years and has an A+ Better Business Bureau rating with literally no complaints. Infinity 100 has operated for 6 years and continues to flourish, and since there are practically no large expenses for the back office system and the company has no debt, it's difficult to imagine any future problems. Although I believe the product is secondary to the opportunity we are marketing, that product is very worthy and ethical and substantial. It's substantial financial education to help people grow their money once they have some to grow. But as with my McDonald's analogy that you should be familiar with by now if you listen to my 12-minute overview call, people don't buy McDonald's franchises because they love to drown in burgers and fries. They buy them because McDonald's has created a duplicatable system to make money. Now, here's a better, simple way to understand it. If the standard for being the most successful food franchise on earth, bar none, was to have the absolute best food, it wouldn't be McDonald's, would it? See, it's not about the food. It's about the duplicatable system to make money. So Infinity 100 also has a duplicatable system to make money. And one can make just as much or more than a McDonald's franchisee who puts out $750,000 for one of those puppies, with a lot less worry and headaches. So if you come on board, your primary function is to be an information provider. You simply share information with people, as I'm doing with you right now, and you let them make their own decision. No hard selling, no closing. Just disseminate the information, and those who get it will get on board. Because they want what you're here for. They want that same ongoing, repeating, residual income. So just to cover the company and the product for a couple of moments to reassure everyone, Peter Wolfing is the sole owner of Multiplex Systems. He has put together companies and programs and products and ideas and concepts for all of us that are just brilliant. And Peter is a great guy who is literally here to help all of us succeed. That's what helps him to succeed, of course. Now, Peter has also expanded the company more recently, and those of you who get on board will learn about this very quickly. It's called the National Wealth Center, in which he has taken the product mix and he has expanded it dramatically. And in our case, Infinity 100 is now going to be called in the future Wealth Advantage. And there are unbelievable numbers of recorded webinars about financial success. There are unbelievable tools you can download and tips and all kinds of tricks to improve your finances and make your financial life better. This information is information that people pay a lot of money for. In our case, it's being provided for a simple subscription at $100 a month. Now, the original product in Infinity 100 had to do with trading the stock market, and it still does. So this is an insider's guide to learn what Peter knows. Peter, and I saw him in a video just the other day, he goes out and makes an average of about $1,000 every day, Monday through Friday, before 9:30 in the morning, and then he goes for a walk in Central Park. So if we'd like to learn that too, we can do that by actually participating in the product that we're marketing. Of course, for most of us, we don't have this kind of money yet, so we need to go out and accumulate it, and that's what Infinity 100 is for. So it's the proven duplicatable system to make money that brought you here, I know that for sure, with ongoing repeating residual income. That's the goal. So the question becomes, is it a job? No, it's an opportunity that you work like a job. You show up for work every day by walking from your kitchen or your bedroom, as I do, to wherever your home office is. No gas, no wear and tear in your car. I now have trouble putting 12,000 miles on 2 cars. I used to put 50,000 miles on 1. You keep a schedule that works for you, not one that your boss sets on the fly, not one that keeps you from your family, but your own schedule. Do you cold call? No. We generate leads here. We call on leads. We call on people who've raised their hand wanting to know more about what we do. Do you earn an hourly wage? Well, who in the world wants that? That's the definition of insanity, of trading time for money. But if you want to translate it into my language or have me translate it into yours, by just a couple of months from now, I'm going to be making $100 an hour. And I get an automatic raise every month. And I won't be dependent on any boss to pay me or for the company to stay in business so I don't lose my job overnight. But you see, I treat it like a job, and so should you, because it's the best job I've ever had. And you know why? Because it belongs to me, not to someone else. Now, think about your own goals. Maybe you're looking to make an extra $500 a month on a part-time basis. Well, in order to accomplish that, you bring in 7 customers. Now, notice I didn't say 7 customers a week. I didn't say 7 customers a month. I didn't say 7 customers a year. I said 7 customers. Maintain 7 customers, and you'll have $500 a month. Maintain 12 customers, not per month, just 12 customers, and you'll make an extra $1,000 a month. Now, here's the sweet spot. Many of you will find this attractive. Work our business part-time. Bring in 2 new customers a week for the next 6 months. You will then have the following month a $5,000 monthly income to pay all of your bills and expenses, and that money will continue to be paid to you. So what if you're looking for the big money like some of our leaders and myself, $10,000 or more per month like I'm seeking? Well, then reinvest some of your earnings back into your business. Maybe bring some selling skills to the table, or learn those skills, or hone those skills by learning from some of the leaders on our team. Duplicate what I'm doing, and I promise to show you how, and then help other people to succeed. It's really just that simple. Okay, so wherever you see yourself on this page, that's where you want to be, that's what you want to go for, and there's something here for everyone, and any and all of these things can be accomplished with Infinity 100. Okay, so that's the end of part 1. I want you to go to part 2 now by going back to the email that you got in which these videos were given to you. Click on part 2, or click or paste the link into your browser as we explained. Go to part 2 and we'll begin to get into the compensation plan and the rest of the rationale for Infinity 100. Thanks for attending part 1.